You know they gonna go crazy when they see this one though.
Hey, here they go. Here we go. We back. Fresh off my nice summer break. Of course, had to start season 4 off. With my guy, my brother.
Of
Got to
course.
hang out, chill with him this summer. DelP of the man cave. And like I said, people like to throw that brother word around, but like I said, this man came through. We linked up in ATL, and made it do what it do. So, welcome back, and thank you for joining me for this first
Welcome back.
episode.
I don't officially come back to September, so welcome back to you. How's it feel to be back?
Man, it feels good. I got to sit back, refine, retool, check out some stuff that other people were doing, and just seeing how I could either improve on what they were doing or not make the mistakes that they were doing. So I use the time off wisely. So what about you? How was your break going?
Ah, that podcasting is therapy, man. I don't know. I think I took a break unintentionally. It just happened, and I realized that I kind of fell off with my lives and recording man cave, and I was just like, all right, let it simmer down, let them miss me. It's really what it was. And it was just a lot of like negative energy into the podcast world. I just detached myself. Felt like that's something I don't really condone in my lifestyle. So it's like, all right, if this is where the podcast world is right now, I'm good. They don't need me. I ain't missing shit. My profits still come from other adventures, merch is everywhere. So I still get my shit on the back end. But nah, I just fell back due to just like I say, a lot of nonsense, a lot of drama, a lot of just like I said, it was just negative energy running through podcasts across the board. People getting into it on live, all kind of shit. So it's just like, nah, I'm good on that shit. So it feels good to start touring though, to kind of like branch out, and it's not really nah, I'm a line. I'm literally did the tour to prove a point. Let me cut the bush. I did the tour to prove a point because, and it's again, it's gonna get taken out of context, which it always does. Is
That
I
be
don't think people really realize I was me before you even knew me. If you do your homework and you go behind closed doors, I've been doing this for 5 years.
hmm
And for I think I want to say 2 years now, it's been man, just me. And I've done crazy shit with it. Right now, it's just like to me, I hit a ceiling at home. With the pandemic and everything, it was like, I was on Facebook Live for a long time. This is 1,000 views every live, every week. Easy, right? So me, I'm one of those people. I don't ever want to be complacent or feel like this is what I want to do and be comfortable with it. I'm always like, people don't realize one thing about me. I'm a very strategic individual. So I have goals. So if you see me do something for a while and I don't do it no more, because I finally probably got what I wanted out of it, I'm not gonna fuck with it no more because it is what it is. Kind of like I said, we can kind of talk about the lives that a lot of people doing, and it's no, I love it. I love the collaborations. I love everybody coming together. One of my favorite ones is So Problematic and Ladies Lair because the chemistry with those four is crazy.
yeah, very
And
good.
it's all love. It's all love. All they doing is drink and have fun. And it's like it's like a woman's version of man cave to me.
hmm
You get to see what women really talk about when they drink. This is what they're giving you. You just gotta pay attention. A lot of cats be in their feelings with the shit they saying. I listen to see, oh, this is what goes on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I take it. So it's to each his own, man. But I don't officially come back to September 14th, and that's my daughter's birthday. So
No,
I
well,
might end up having a new logo. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta just wipe away. It's nothing against anybody that I worked with. It's just, it's
Fresh start.
it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fresh start. Ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. You need that. You need that from time to time. You know, that's why I'm like you. My break was unintentional. It just I was doing a lot of moving, and it was just like, all right, I'm walking around with my laptop, my phone, and everything, and I'm just like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit every time I'm out somewhere. So I was just like, let me take this break, and it went a little longer than I wanted it to. But you know, it's shit. It just felt
You
good.
know the fun thing about the break? Imagine how much content you got.
Man,
You,
listen.
I got my little handy dandy notebook. No,
Yeah, for real, blue,
that first
blue.
episode gonna be vicious.
I people talking about why you writing in your notebook. I said I love my pen and paper. I was like, I got so much shit written down in that
Like
notebook.
writing rhymes.
Yeah, I told him I said, oh, I got so much shit written down. But I was so excited to start the episode. I didn't even say this is we need to talk 23. I didn't even get to.
My
even
bad.
get-
We
oh
talk.
no. I was just so excited to start the episode because, like I said, that break. There's so much content and so much bullshit and nonsense going on that I talked to you and I told you I thought about cutting my break short. Just like, man, that's so much good shit to tap into. But my wife, you, a couple other people talking about, nah, man, enjoy your break. Don't
Yeah.
cut your break short. And I
'Cause it's
appreciate that because it
the
gave me
most
time to
important thing, dog.
yeah, gave me a good time, enough time to recharge and get ready for this shit. So with your upcoming season, what are you looking forward to doing, or what is your approach to this upcoming season?
Getting back to my consistency. My content has never been the problem. It's me being consistent and this go round genuinely focusing strictly on Man Cave. Like it's other ventures that I got that I'm, our stuff, like we just trying to get those I'm good on because those are everyday facts that we can gravitate from.
Yeah,
Mine is so this go round. I already stand in my own lane. I already created my own lane. It's more so like to prove a point of the difference between me and them, the
mm-hmm.
difference between us and them. And it's like, well, you shouldn't have that mindset. They tell you shouldn't have that mindset. My thing is, my mindset now with how podcast goes is we all bread factories, right? We all bread factories. All of us do podcasting. We all do the same shit. But why is your bread better than the next? And that's where I'm coming from. And I'm coming so shark-headed with it because it's like it's needed. Like I don't know how everybody else. I genuinely feel like Man Cave is needed because there is no show like mine. Let's be real at this point. It might be some like supposed to be's, but it's like it ain't enough
Yeah,
because it's not real. To me, it's not real because I am who I am on and off the camera, which is why I started doing. If you pay attention, I'm a strategic person again. I strategically visibly put myself in everybody's life to where it's like, no, let me show you this is me.
mm-hmm.
Because there's a reason for this. Because when it looks like I done jumped out the window, you like, nah, DelP said that back in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it comes from, where it's like, I'm just here to prove a point at this point. And it's not like, oh, I feel like I got here. I don't give a shit about that. My whole mindset is I'm about to show y'all the difference between me and you. So I took all the shit that was said to me, everything. I embraced it, took it all in. And when I come out, it's a wrap.
But that's the thing.
Even my lives coming back, like that, those lives that I'm about to do, again, we collabing with each other. That's dope. Mm-hmm. But when you start seeing celebrities and shit hit my platform, you can't say nothing. There's a difference. There's levels to this shit. Mm-hmm. It's happening. Trust me. That first live, I'm telling you, and my attitude is, if you're gonna be a leader, like you gotta understand. They say you're only as good as your weakest link. I always say you're only as good as your leadership. And if I'm in the forefront of what everything that me and the people that I deal with behind closed doors got going on, I have to keep showing and proving to them that, oh shit, when y'all guys like, when I hear y'all get breaks, we need to talk. Ladies Lair podcast, So Problematic, Code Red podcast, Conversations with Lamp. Who else then took a break? Eric D.
Too Much Game podcast.
Too Much Game podcast. That's stretching it at this point. I gotta go behind closed doors and remind them, like, you all right, like she gonna be cool. So a lot of times you get inspired when you see somebody going through something personal, like, I'm going through something personally, but I'm still rocking out. That's motivation to say, shit, if DelP doing it, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And the way you want to be successful in life is the people around you reflect who you are.
Yeah. So
that had to change. Personal life, business, all that had to change. Because it's like, that's not what I wanted. It just wasn't what I wanted. It's personal. Like, that's how I feel. This go round, everything is personal. I've always been personal on Man Cave, but it's personal this time.
But that's the thing. I don't get, and this right here, when I was on with So Problematic, they I think they coined the phrase for me. They said Ringo's Gems. So that's something that I'm gonna incorporate this.
You might as well. And then have your logo hit the thing like Sonic.
Yeah. This would be one of the Ringo gems for this first episode but you need to separate yourself from everything. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being, bullish or any whatever analogy you want to use. Because this is the perfect example, and this is where the Ringo gems come in at. Is that, think about it like this: you got Designer and you got Future. Designer might be a decent artist. I'm not saying that he is or isn't.
Right.
But he might be a decent artist. But because he sounds like Future, nobody's really going to give him the shot or the chance that he needs, because he sounds like something that we have already. So why the hell would they look at you and want you to be, continue to do the same shit that you've been doing with, with other people and sound and do the same similar material and all that type shit? So if you being bullish about it to break away and do your own thing, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. We got enough cookie cutter, podcasts, rappers, whatever you want to label it or name it as. There's enough of that out there. Because even with my platform, there's other people speaking on the things that I speak on. But the way that we speak about it and the way that I go in depth and I incorporate my own personal shit with it, I think is what separates me from all of the other people talking about it. Because they may touch on it and go, oh, well, a man should do this and a man or a woman should do that. And I explain why I disagree with the shit, and I use my own personal shit. Anybody that's listening.
And that's what's needed, bro. And a lot of times you're able to get people to open up more when you give them personal experiences of things that you went through. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, that Man Cave is for that. And it's for us. It's genuinely for men, man. And, a lot of people didn't agree when I started bringing in women once a month, but it's like 90% of my audience is women. Why am I going to neglect them? That's retarded. Women are listening because they're coming to me about things, like even opening up. It's so much that I want to like get into, but it's like the way I'm coming back, it's like, yo, I never thought people ain't gonna never think about what I'm doing ever. And if you did, you should have did it first. That's how I feel.
But the same people that's complaining about you bringing women in are the same ones that would tell these artists, like, man, you don't need no song on your album for women. Shit, women buy more music than men do.
Yeah, and then the man gonna
research.
You know how many Tank concert tickets I paid for? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what are we talking about? I done seen Tank 50 fucking times, yo. And that's how I was a fan of him. Mm-hmm. But like, that's what it is. You gonna go whatever your lady, you gonna do what you gotta do to keep your lady happy, bro. This is what it is. Motherfuckers just gotta stop doing this shit. That's why I say it's coming down to the nitty gritty. I'm just excited to just be recording and shit again. So I be like wanting to say shit, but I just don't because I gotta hold it in. But
Nah, it's
it
coming,
my
and when it comes, it's just like I said, like you know it's needed, and you know, like I said, it's just great that, like I said, we all took a break, whether intentional, unintentional, we all took a break, and now we all coming back, and we all got, like I said, new material, new guests, all this type shit. So, what's is and you don't have to say who, but is there a guest or anybody that you have lined up either for a live or for your 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 show that you're really looking forward to?
uh yeah, there's a particular show that and is to my heart that I want to redo because I feel like it was old and it never got dropped and it's needed and it was more so a man's perspective on marriage
Mm-hmm.
and if it goes the right way, you know, to be able to get you conversations with Lamp, Life Unplugged, Just Red, and even Rudy, who's not a podcaster but has a lot of intellectual things going on. I learned a lot from Rudy, and I haven't really pinned that last person because that's a lot of people in one room for an hour, but it's needed
Yeah.
and it just I have to get it off my chest because it's been bothering me so long that episode nobody ever got to see that episode, and it was an amazing one. The perspective of marriage from a man, and I just it fucks with me that that episode never dropped. So I feel like that first one I have to come back. I just don't feel right not coming back with the people that I'm with. It just
Yeah.
don't. It's even if I don't. That's like me bringing in my first women coming back, and I don't act so problematic and Ladies Lair to be a part of it. It don't feel right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, hopefully I can get them. Ladies Lair, they schedule is tight. They are highly recommended. So
They're
they
everywhere.
are, man. And I want all my shows to be special. So if I could get so problematic who are always together
Mm-hmm.
and Simone and Christy together and then record with them how they're all together, I think that's dope because everyone doesn't really get that from them.
Nope. It's one
You
of
know, you do get them in a lot of things, not to really get in their personal business, but I think people don't realize when you guys are asking them to record, it's like kind of be mindful that these are two best friends that don't get to see each other all the time. They don't always want to record
yeah.
when they together. So, I respect that. And, Jay and Cece, which is so problematic, they stay a block or a street away from each other. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to record them. I honestly thinking about going down there and recording with them live because I don't think it's ever been done with them.
Nope.
So if I guess that's me being a guest on this. Now, if I could get that, cool. But people got to understand that I'm doing a tour. So when this is over, Man Cave, we're actually on tour where I get my ass up and hit different cities. I got shit lined up in Cali and in New York right now. And it's like, I ask myself, like, are you ready for this? Because going this route, you might hit a gym and shit might rock out.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be mentally ready. So, that I got a big interview with this radio station down in Orlando too before I come back. That's why I'm trying to take care of all these guest appearances
Yeah.
because once I take care of me, it's my lives, and then other things, business entities that I have. I probably restrict myself from being guest on stuff because I have to really take care of what I'm about to do because I need to be focused. So
No, but I mean that's how it should be because it's like I said, you're not gonna let your shit go by the wayside to help somebody promote their shit. And I don't
no,
think there's nothing wrong with that. You'll get some people that'll be bitter and all in their feelings and shit, but it's just like I'm not gonna slow down what I'm doing to help pull you up. I'll help pull you up, but I'm not gonna stop moving forward to, you know what I mean,
The-
to
You
stop my
know,
progress.
the pulling thing, right? We'll get to that, and then we can, you know, whatever else you want to go to. My logic in life is, I might be the fastest train, but I'd rather be the best company of trains.
Yeah.
You know, Thomas the Train is probably one of the best ones. If you really go and dig into their show, Thomas is the leader, but he always need help because he
Can't do everything.
can't do everything. But it's the fact that he doesn't take failure as him losing.
Mm-hmm.
It's him not being afraid to be like, I need help. So instead of me having to ask for help, why not just give it out? Hey, this is the route I'm going. Now it's up to y'all to do this, but I'm gonna tell you this. You can stay on your tracks. 10 miles up, there's gonna be another track that you can veer off. Come where I'm going. And that's all I can do. I will leave the door open for anybody that's in contact with me, because I feel more rich now than what's in my bank account. I have genuine people around me now who check on my mental health, who check on my kids, who want to link up, who want to travel together. Like, hey man, we ain't seen each other in a minute. We trying to link up. Like, I'm such in a different space right now. It's like, I need to take care of that world, because this world that I'm in now is why I'm so motivated to be me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But that's the
yeah.
thing. But that's because you understand that money, you're not putting so much emphasis on the money. It's the relationships and other shit that make you feel cool. The money is a part of it, but you can't buy genuine relationships and shit like that, because that shit, a lot of people think, all right, if I do spend this type of money, or if I do this, you know what I mean, all right, they're gonna be loyal, or they're gonna be, no.
Nah,
People are
man.
just hanging on for what you could provide for them
Come
instead of
through
being
decisions.
to be there.
Loyalty comes through decisions, man. And your loyalty is tested when your emotions take over. I think people need to realize that. No, even with, I can kind of like touch on that. Like I said, every show gets some type of part of me
Mm-hmm.
that the shows don't get. So I think in the space where I'm at now is, people kind of get upset that I let a revolving door in my life. I feel like you never know what the next person is going through. So if me and you are bumping heads and I'm not really paying attention to why, there's an emotional disconnect between us.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning one of us feel a way about the other one, and it's been missed, right? This for men and women. So it's like a particular situation where it's a lot of going back and forth. It's a lot of misunderstanding. And, you know, when it all said and done, we come back and it's always like, now you really are a big part of my life. I don't know how to keep you there. I don't know how, if for whatever reason we keep doing this, but it's like we keep going back to it. And sometimes it's okay if you're genuinely trying to go to the solution of it. Now, if y'all keep getting a problem, then it's different. But a lot of times, man, I'm like one of the most caring people. I might not come off that way, but that's because I don't fuck with everybody. Like, I'm not everybody's friend. I'm just happen to be a social butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm high off life. You've been in a room with me.
Yeah.
It's like, I just high off life. It's like, oh, you're so friendly. Who the fuck goes to a house party and don't talk? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. I'm going to, it's a house party. I'm about to get lit. We about to have fun. I'm about to get fucked up. And fun fact, I got my goddamn video that we did with Shots Back. Mm-hmm. Instagram gave it back to me. They fucking took it down. I emailed that, hey, come on, man, to explain to me what I did wrong. And he was like, well, it's the music. And I'm like, honestly, I didn't really realize it, but it was towards the end. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna appeal it. He wrote them back. And I was like, are we serious, bro? I'm not getting no money off of this. So It shouldn't be and Instagram needs to fix that. I understand that, but I feel like if I got Spotify for free, somebody's paying for it.
Yeah.
So why you fucking with us on Instagram if we play one of our favorite songs? Doesn't make sense to me. You know why? It's just like Texas. We can't figure out how to legalize weed, so it's illegal. Because I don't know how to profit off of it. Fuck out of here.
I mean, it's always some nonsense or some bullshit, you know. But yeah, that video, whenever you put it up, that's gonna be a good video. That's all.
Nah, but I might repost it just to be petty. Like I got shit back. But then I thought about all the shit that I said, and I was like, man, fuck that shit. It's me, bro. Fuck that. I don't care no more. It is what it is. If you feel like I'm taking shots, whatever, motherfucker. I'll never see you in person. Eat a dick.
They'll be all right. They'll get over it. So, with all that being said, so is there something that's been in the news during your time off that you wanted to talk about that you didn't get to talk about either on a live or or because you've been on break?
I don't do celebrity gossip, so I'm not gonna ever go that route. Even though we need to talk about it, we need to talk about it. But I really want to give you that. I'll give you that topic and then join the room with you on that because it fits your show more than mine, and it's more of the cancel culture is out again. That definitely is something I want to give to you, so I'm not gonna really speak on it, but I definitely will speak on it when we do the show together. But I think my issue with a lot of things now is the way men are handling the women in this podcast world right now. I'm pissed off about it because I felt like it started happening when I took that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I felt like the moment I wasn't really in lives or I'm not in nobody's lives, I'm not in the comments, these dudes are being disrespectful. Like y'all jumping in people's lives saying whatever, you disrespecting women on lives. And it's like, I get it. But it's like, I'm not about to hold myself to a 10 if I'm not going to carry myself as a 10. Mm-hmm. And that takes a lot. Like my thing is, and I've said this before, a lot of women gravitate to me. And it's like, man, Dildra be trying to keep up the facade. He doing this for this. And it's like, no, these women admire me. There's a difference for me doing something for something and someone admire me. And I'm like, you know what? This is who I am. I only live my truth. And the problem is a lot of people need that. You guys, this is why it's called What's Your Purpose? Because I understand why I'm here. I understand what I'm doing. I understand where I'm going. I understand what I want out of life. And I understand why people come into my life or why people gravitate to me. So my thing is, one of the biggest things about me is like, oh man, I love the way he carries himself. That shouldn't be a bad thing.
But that's a bad thing to small-minded people, because for the people that haven't been around you and don't really know you, yes, the same way he is on here is the same fucking way he is in person, which I appreciate because I don't fuck with a whole lot of people.
At all. We have a unique friendship. I have to say that.
So the people that
I don't know, I get along because we're the same. That shit's mad weird.
And that's the thing. But I tell people, because even my wife was just talking about, you don't even know this guy. I was like, yeah, and I said that's the crazy part. I was like, but we click, and I don't click with a whole lot of people. And the same way I am on these lives and yeah, during these recordings and shit, it's the same fucking way I am in person. But everybody don't get to see that.
Nah. And I think that's what's needed. I think a lot of more podcasts would be genuine if you fucking knew the people you were recording with.
They don't. They just jumping in like, all right, he got this many followers, she got this many followers. Let me jump in here. I might be able to take some of their followers.
Man, I ain't really an episode because you didn't know the person. Like that's why I said mine is more leaning towards I'm really about to dig in to some shit, man. You might see me cry when Man Cave come back. You might see another guest cry. I'm about to pull some shit up out of y'all. It has to happen, but it's needed. It's definitely needed.
But now, I mean, but like you said, that shit is needed, and it's to show, like you said, show these motherfuckers like we don't need a million different podcasts talking about gossip shit. It's enough of that bullshit.
And I don't need 1,000 followers to get in touch with 1,000 people. And that is why I am separate from everybody else. So we can get into that too. I think I'm at 541 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, you only got 541 followers. You're not here. You're not there. I'm at where I want to be, motherfucker. Like, you got to understand, I'm not doing this shit for you. I'm not, oh, well, he ain't even on Apple. He not on here. He not on there. So I said, you know what? I'm going to prove a motherfucking point. So we're going to talk our numbers. We're going to talk about where you find somebody's platform, whatever the case may be. But then if I sit there and be like, all right, let's start. You know, they did the little top 10 thing with podcasts, which I feel like was dope. It was just a supportive movement. And then a couple of dickheads made it a problem. But then let's put the numbers up. What were your numbers? We're not talking about anywhere else. Pick where you record from and pull your numbers from where you at.
Mm-hmm.
And then challenge me there. Because I own my city. I don't know about everybody else. That's just real. Like, let's pull up the numbers from Houston, and when I put my shit out, am I going to get the same numbers? Like, no. Let's do Texas, Virginia, Cali, Florida, Wyoming. I don't give a shit. Pick where you record from, because that's what matters. You got to run where you at. Your core fan base need to come from where you from. It's like a rapper. A rapper being from Houston should have the biggest sellout when he home.
Yep.
Yes, it's even better to sell out if I come out to Virginia.
Oh, hell yeah.
But if I ain't selling out at home, how am I selling out in Virginia? I can't even sell out my own city.
But they don't understand that, and I think I'm in a unique position only because I'm in the DC area. I'm not from here. I'm from New Jersey. I know I don't get a whole lot of followers back home. I get more followings everywhere else except back home. But the thing is, I'm like you. I'm upwards. I think I got like 650 followers. And I'll be honest, and I'm honest enough to say, I think at least 20 of those are them bullshit ass Bitcoin bots or whatever that flood your shit.
If it said dark, I'm definitely in it. Because I just.
You know what I mean? And I told him, I was like, for me, I used to worry about that shit, worry about the numbers, talking about, oh, I only got this many followers. But I know I could say some shit that probably a lot of other podcasters can't say. I know for a fact, and I can show the numbers, I can show the maps, all this other shit. I'm in 14, 15 different countries.
Facts. But see, okay, all right, being in different countries, how many people have you recorded with outside of the United States?
3.
But that's why I say that's the difference. It's more so like, I got all these views and this here from here and here. Okay, streamers, let me help you out. After 5 seconds is considered a stream. That's why you get 5-second ad commercials. Mm-hmm. Considered a view. So if I'm listening to iHeartRadio and your shit comes on, and I'm kind of like trying to figure out what it is, and I hit the next button, you already got your stream.
And that's what they don't understand.
But then my thing is, I'd rather do what I'm doing where I'm collabing with people in different countries than to say I'm getting heard here, which is still dope. Don't get me wrong. But my thing is, pay attention to what you're doing. A handshake will always get you further than me listening to your voice. Always. How the fuck can I look out for you? I don't know who you are and what you bring to the table.
And that's all. For me, it's the same shit. I'm just like, I want to work with more podcasters, but I'm not begging nobody. And
no, and you should. everybody's not for that platform. No, I'll tell you this though, Ringo. I don't feel like everybody should be on We Need Time. People need to stop doing that. Everybody don't need to collab with everybody. It's
Fuck
nothing,
no.
not personal. It just don't make sense. There's at least 15 podcasts I can say right now that don't make sense for me to be on.
Yeah.
It just don't, right? But I still support them.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will never collab with them, but I will fucking support you. Because some of the collabs don't make sense.
It's just too. It's just weird. It's putting a square, trying to put a square into a round hole, or some shit. And I know everybody doesn't fit my platform for the shit that we talk about. Because some people talking about. I had somebody listen to the lie episode that we did, and they said, "Oh," and there's somebody that I met, and I just said, "Hey, check out my podcast." They checked it out. They said y'all was cutting up in that episode, and I asked them. I said, "How far did you listen in?" I said, "That's just the beginning." I was like, and then I saw them a couple days later, and they was talking about, "Oh, y'all almost made me cry," and I was just like, "All right," but I mean that's you got to listen to the whole thing. I'm gonna have a good time, but when it's time to talk that serious talk,
That's a fact.
I don't need I don't need the Eddie Murphy raw when we trying to talk about men emotion and all that other shit.
Now
Like
you
that's
got
what I said. Certain people fit my shit. Just like I said when I first did the episode with Ladies Lair, I was just like, what the fuck? I knew what I wanted to talk about, but then when we got into the conversation and when they started crying and shit, it was just like, all right, cool. I know they for my platform because they fit in. They opened up, and like you said earlier, me being vulnerable and willing to talk about my shit is what allowed them to fit into my shit. Because I know I do have a couple episodes that I record, and it's just like, yeah, this should have never seen the light of day. I'm not gonna put out an episode just to put it out. If the shit don't fit, it don't fit. Fuck it.
right.
Ain't nothing personal.
Right. And I think with that, the funny part is I have an amazing relationship with Ladies Later. Amazing. We only recorded with each other once, and it wasn't on our platform.
Okay.
And I told them then, I said, y'all never have to record me ever, but I will forever support them. I do. And I'm one of their biggest fans. Like, do you see it? But it's not because of what other people, it's more so like I see something in them too.
Mm-hmm. That's genuine.
That's an everyday thing out here. These two women are an everyday thing out there. Soap Opera Mac or women that's an everyday thing out here. And I feel like when Empress Court, is it Empress Court they call it? I feel like once they get their chemistry together,
Mm-hmm.
like they have great topics. Great, amazing topics. They do. I'll never take that from them. But it's like people got to get used to the four of them being together.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like you said, it is because even if four of them start out together, it's no guarantee that all four are gonna make it to the end. You might at the end, you might just be two of them, might just be three of them.
Because sometimes when you gotta cut it.
Yeah, everybody don't fit.
I'm not collabing. That's like, all right, like I like our thing that we say we planning. Our shit will forever last because the angle that we're taking.
Yeah.
Will forever be together because of the angle that we took, right? Some of the other ones that they're doing is it's so highly opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta take a break sometimes because you can get tired of your calls.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So people, when y'all listen to this, take in what we saying. And like I said, I'm new to the shit. I've only my 1 year anniversary. I think is in October. Sad to say, but the way I remember it is I recorded my first episode 2 days after the George Floyd incident. Because that's what got me to start recording was
that was about to be my question walking you into there. What got you here, Ringo? It's interview time.
Let's go. Now, what got me here was that whole George Floyd, murder. Not incident. Fuck it. They murdered that man, plain and simple. They, I don't know. I was feeling some type of way, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. So, like I said, I had no intention on doing a podcast. I said, let me reach out to, my people. Like I said, I'm from New Jersey, so I reached out to my boys back home, family in Atlanta, and everything. We just got on here. We were just bullshitting, and then from there, it was just like, you know what, let's do this again. So it just went 3 weeks in a row, and we were just on there talking. I wasn't even recording it. We were just talking.
Right.
And then finally, somebody's just like, yo, these real good conversations. You should record them. So I did. I started recording them. And if, well, not now, but in the beginning, I was only putting them out on YouTube. I wasn't thinking about the whole podcast side of it. It was just, let me put it out on YouTube. And then from there, somebody's like, nah, where can I listen to it? I was like, all right, fuck it. And here we go. So, in indirectly, George Floyd incident is what got me into podcasting. Because I just needed to get it off my chest. And like you said earlier, podcasting is therapy
There.
like shit for me. I don't talk a lot, except when I get on here. Once these lights come on and shit, it's go
So,
time. Once the lights off,
so with you coming back, what do you want people to get from We Need to Talk? Like, what is the message that you want to give people each episode that you do?
stop, man. Stop ducking these conversations. Stop, people avoid some very serious conversations that need to happen. It doesn't matter, Um, like I could give y'all a rundown of some of the episodes from this upcoming season. Which one I know you're gonna get a kick out of. I'm bringing my wife on. We're gonna do an episode together.
Yeah, I won't be in the room. I'm still.
but um, but no, but like the Pride episode that I did last season, I'm doing a part two to the Pride episode.
I got somebody for you too. I meant to tell you that.
And it's to get and it's just to really dig in because like I said, and this is the thing for the people that hear this, I don't mind the critiques. I know I need the critiques. Like you and I talked about the Pride episode, and you was like, I wish you'd have went deeper here and there. And I
Yeah,
need that. My feelings not hurt.
hit it because
Yeah.
you know why it needs to be hit because they want to get it out. They
And I
want to.
have
I'm
to.
gonna tell you, anytime someone's living an uncomfortable life, I don't know. Correction, not an uncomfortable life. When people are uncertain about things that's going on within them,
Hmm.
the right question, you will get a waterfall.
And
If
that's
I
the thing.
ask, you know what? If you do it, I might come in because I probably got questions myself. But it's to push it. One of my biggest things is when your family rejected your personal decision, where did your mind and your emotions go? Those questions are telling you right then and there, that faucet about to open because that's the core of it. Core of
And
it
that's the
is
thing.
always being accepted. And this is life.
And that was the thing, because for me, like I said, you saw who my guests were. You know what I mean? I had great guests, and they were willing to talk. They didn't have a problem talking, and for me, it was just like I'm trying to stay, respectful, and they understood because I talked to them before we came on, and I talked to them once we got off, and it was just like they was like, nah, you could have asked more questions because I told them I said I wanted to ask this. They said you should have.
You know what you should have did though? That I recommend everybody do? Do a pre-Zoom. Go get comfortable with your guests so you can get comfortable with your questions. A lot of times what happens is we don't want to overstep a boundary, but
Mm-hmm.
if you a pre-show before the show, laugh with them for 30 minutes before the show starts. Get them comfortable. Hey, let's drink a little bit, get in your groove and be like, all right, we about to record. Now I got you come to your wall down. A lot of times these podcasts, you got to understand, a podcast can record with you and then clip what they want to clip.
Mm-hmm.
So number one thing is the media fucks you over. What you think a podcast is gonna do? I'm gonna put out the best clip to get the views.
And that's the one thing that I do. And I think the cool thing for me is I don't give out unless somebody just like the therapy episode I did in my very first season. The therapist asked for the questions ahead of time, which I understood. But for the most part, all my shit is freestyle. I don't write down shit. We come in and we just let the conversation go. So even with well, I'm gonna get back to answering your question too. But with the Pride episode, I told him beforehand. I said I didn't write down anything. I said I just got some shit, that's gonna pop in my head, and we're gonna go from there. So to answer your question, I just want people to open the fuck up and just have these conversations because, like I said, I got the Pride episode, Pride 2 coming out. And like I said, I'm not afraid to sit down and I want a transgender on the show for that
Just
episode.
it's needed though.
You know what I mean?
Because
I don't mind sitting down and having that conversation with with
you're human.
with the person. Just because like I said, their voice is only heard when shit is going wrong. No, let's sit down when shit isn't going wrong, have this conversation and see how we can build on that. And like I said, get people, and it sounds shitty to say, but get people comfortable with you. And it's not your job necessarily to make them comfortable, but certain
It is
shit.
your job as the host. It's your
Yeah,
job.
you know what I mean. But the thing is to let them, is them hearing you speak, and just hearing like, oh shit, this is a regular person like you and me. That's all the fuck it is. But now, but that's all I want, and that's the whole platform where we need to talk is just to get people to have these uncomfortable conversations about the alpha beta male bullshit, and
Hey, I give you something though, right? That this is my official goal. This go round. Any part two I do will always get past the we need to talk. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's things he can get out of people that I can't. So just watching and learn. Remember I said conversations with Lamp is the gatekeeper. People don't understand when I keep saying that, but they finna find out. Cause you gotta go over here before
Mhm.
you here. And the reason being is he do one-on-one interviews. I know more about you from conversations with Lamp than what you tell me.
Mhm.
So you want to be a part of Man Cave, the new rule will be you don't have an interview with Conversations with Lamp. I'm not bringing you onto my platform.
No.
I don't have nothing on you. Those questionnaires, I'm not doing no more questionnaires. Give me what you want to talk about, what you want to do. Talk. No, I can ask that basic ass shit. Go sit down on a one-on-one interview with Conversation with Lamp. Then you can come to Man Cave. And it is what it is.
You
I
don't.
don't feel like I'm gonna lose shit out of it.
No,
I feel like I'm established where I'm at because I got too much going on behind the scenes that I don't care about what y'all see.
but that's the thing. Like you said, when you call them the gatekeeper, and like you said, everybody don't get it, but they will. Like I said, he's a perfect person. He is like going to an interview.
Yep.
He's the first interview. You're the second. And like I said, I like doing one-on-one interviews, but I like the platform shit too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. I'm gonna change so much. September is about to be such a beautiful, beautiful month. And it's only right for me to do it on my like the establishment of my well, it's that and then it's like my grandmother's birthday was the 12th and my daughter's birthday is the 14th. So that week is a emotional week. It's like you go down and then you get your life back. You know what I mean? So that's why September is where I'm at with it. And I think it's one of those things like I think I officially healed not having my grandmother since 2008.
Hmm.
And it is weird because it's like I get upset with myself. That was my rock and it's like my go-to. So now when I'm frustrated or I'm having problems that I'm having like with family and shit like that, I get stuck, I get complacent, I kind of fall back. And I could call her, and now it's kind of like I hear her voice now.
Hmm.
So it feels, I feel a lot better about life decisions and life goals. So September is like more of a, the Jekyll and Hyde thing, where it's like you get your pain, but then you get your joy too. So that's
Nah,
why I said it's gonna be an emotional roller coaster. Y'all better put your fucking seatbelt on.
nah,
When you gonna crash, it's gonna be a long fucking ride though.
nah, we got. I mean, we gotta. Like I said, we got a lot of shit, a lot of good shit coming. And I'll definitely say this. I know I don't shout out a whole lot of podcasts and all that shit. And like I said, when you hear this,
Start
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna start because like I said, I've learned during my break, like you build good relationships, on social media and shit. I'm getting during the break, I'm getting better with the social media shit. I'm not one of them people that love social media, but for what the fuck we doing, I need it. There's no other
There's
way around it.
no way around it, buddy. Welcome to my world.
Yeah,
People think,
you know.
oh my God, you always don't care about. I hate that shit. I genuinely hate social media. If I didn't have to have it, I wouldn't do it. But I
Yeah.
have to.
I gotta, and I'm trying, and I just say this so that we can wrap up because everybody, this was just a welcome back episode to talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
talk about your tour and everything. I didn't really have a whole bunch of topics and shit, you welcome me back. Like I said, what better way to come back with you on, on the very first episode of the season, which will be out Wednesday.
It's a preview before the show, man, and it's only right to kind of get a gauge of who we are, where we going, two separate shows, and with what we create behind the scenes is it's only right. That's why I said once it's my time, everybody that I collab with, I'm definitely going to bring here, but it's more so to bring them into a different world. Because a lot of people get comfortable when they podcast. That's why they don't do guest shows.
Yeah,
Because I'm comfortable in my little world. Nah. If you record it with me, you're gonna come record with me. It has to happen.
and that's the thing. So I'll say this. I'll give you the first last word. So what's you we already said what the people should expect, and buckle the fuck up because we going 100 miles an hour around this track. But what's something, so some words of encouragement for these new podcasters and
You know what?
podcasters that need some assistance.
It's not even assistance. As podcasters, if your life gets too personal, that's what you have your podcast for. Let it out. That's what rappers do. That's what singers do. Put that shit on wax. Keep it moving. Rap is like therapy. That's why when y'all listen to me play music and it's like I'm so in tune with music, music feeds the soul. If we play 2, 3 songs right now, it'll put you back 2007. Man, I remember I was music.
Yeah.
So if you letting your personal life take over, put it on wax. Sometimes, you'd be amazed at how much shit I record and I don't put out.
And that's key right there. Is that just because you record it doesn't mean you have to put it out.
If you don't like the episode that you did with a guest, don't air it.
That'd be all right.
It's plenty of times I didn't clip shit and never drop the episode.
And if the guest is not okay with it, fuck them. I mean,
then don't clip them. it's simple.
That's just me, but
I just won't clip you. I'll clip what I want out that show, and I'll never drop it. I've done it.
I mean, and it happens. And I'll definitely say this. This is, this season here. Like I said, it took me three seasons to get my footing and feel comfortable doing this shit. And like I said, I most definitely, like I said, if your name's not mentioned, it does not mean shit. Don't take it personal. I'm just talking about the people, and if you take it personal, I don't care. But
I don't either. I just name the same people. That's why I do that. I just name the same 7 people over and over, and it's like, cause I don't got time. I got time. I don't got time.
But this is the thing, and I mean, and I'm gonna run it down like this. Of course, you got Man Cave, you got Just Red, Ladies Lair. New to me. I follow them and everything, but me sitting down and doing a show with them, so problematic. Too Much Game podcast.
Welcome back.
You know what I mean? Life with Lamp. Well, I'm gonna make sure.
Life Unplugged and Conversations with Lamp.
Conversations with Lamp.
And then Unplugged would be Jeremy. That's too simple. That boy straight up Life Conversations with Lamp. Nah, that ain't it.
and I will say this, and these are in the first group of people that I'm naming. I still have about 2 or 3 more that I'm gonna name. These are people that I've had conversations with behind the scenes and shit. So this is why I'm naming these people: TOL, Color Curve, Rosie from the Rosie perspective. Um, Trying to make sure I ain't forget nobody else. Um, what's the name? Podcastagram.
Yeah, welcome back to him, man.
Um, who else? What's the dude? WVU. I can't remember the name of his podcast right off the top of my head. But I mean, it's so many people. But I just want y'all to know, like I said, these are people that I talk to behind the scenes about other shit. So if I didn't mention you, don't take it personal. But I'm just talking about the people that I'm talking to behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So you know, well, I'll just throw out a couple more. Erica with a C.
My problematic little sister.
Definitely got to throw Rudy in there. It's not a podcaster, but got to throw Rudy in there.
Man. Rudy is a podcaster. For the love of music, goddamn it. We don't get the room back live again, man. I just think people battling with picking sides right now, man. That shit got to stop.
Yeah.
You know, fuck with who you fuck with. We grown. We
Who else?
grown, man. You do what you want to do.
The Diamond Lounge.
Like I can't, man.
Donnie. Shit, I don't think I'm forgetting nobody. You know what? EJ the DJ.
Oh yeah,
I really don't know the rest of
no, yeah, but the thing with them,
I know EJ.
Usually do shit, but they're big where they're from.
Yes.
So that shout out them, man. Shout out my guys. They different. The way they move is amazing. I love it. They fuck what they see. I fuck with that.
And I get them. You know, like I said, I know EJ. I've listened to their podcast, dope podcast, but I know EJ. I don't really know that.
I gotta find they did with me in Covington, man. I think it's on YouTube. I need to find it and clip it.
But anyway, this episode gonna be long as shit, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. But you know, I just want to, you know, say shit. Welcome back for both of us.
Yeah.
You know, we coming. We got some more shit for y'all too. Don't worry about it. And you know, when we come, just know season 4 for me. You know, you working on your upcoming season.
This might be season 3 for Man Cave.
Yeah, so like I said, we got some shit
in life.
we got some shit coming individually, and then we got some shit coming as a collective. So
yeah, that's
just look out for it. So we need to talk 23. Signing off my welcome back show. And like I said, you know, y'all tune in. Great season coming. All right, we out.